Hi, this is Wisconsin DIY Man. This video series is about taking care of residential water and foundation issues on soggy ground. I'm using techniques primarily from Apple Drains and French Drain Man on YouTube. My wife and I bought this house in 2013. The house is at the bottom of a hill close to a creek, so the hill goes up here and over here, and I have a lower garage over here. The creek is over here. Um, I knew the issues when I bought it. I saw some, the inspector saw some, and the realtor found a bunch too. So I kind of knew what I was getting into. Uh, Back in 2013, we had a line of trees here. That was the first problem. It plugged up the gutters constantly. I've had houses with issues before. Back in the early 90s, I had a bungalow and I used the library to learn how to build a French drain. I burrito wrapped it back then, but it didn't. Those books didn't show all the techniques that you see today on YouTube, and a video is way better than a book, I think. Um, I had another house after that I bought in '99. It had no sump pump, no drain tile, nothing around the basement. I didn't do too much there though because it had good slope here and there. So I just put in some surface drains around the house. Um, this house here had the following problems. There was negative grade, so around most of the perimeter, the soil had settled at least 9 inches. The water gathered in many spots. The cement slab at the back door in the back, I'll get to that picture later, but the cement slab was hollow underneath because of all the water flowing down through there into the drain tile. We had these trees. They just dropped branches and leaves constantly. I hate cutting trees down, but somebody planted these trees and there was only 50 feet between the two houses, and in 15 years they got this big. It, they grow pretty fast and they die fast too. And finally all the downspouts in the house were 2x3. So this amount of roof here is massive. On this one here, there was only one downspout, a 2x3, and all the openings for all the downspouts were a little teeny cutout. I mean, it was literally like a 1 by 2 inch opening. It was a joke. So I did phase one of this project in 2014. Looking at the north view of the house here, this is the house. This shows all the hillside that drains to our property here. There's a stream here. My lower garage is here. All this water comes down into generally this area. A lot of it will enter the backyard right here, and it makes a river through my yard, goes through here, like a swampy area, under the bike path, and a culvert, a 16 or 18-inch culvert here, through here, and then there's another culvert right here that goes to the creek. If we zoom into the back door here, this is where the negative grade was the worst. There was literally an earthen dam here. It was raised and it was very low here. There's a little cement slab by the door that was hollow underneath there. Water would, like, within moving in, within 5 or 6 months, we had wet carpet probably 3 times at least, and that was the last straw. I couldn't keep these gutters clean with those trees. Like, actually, this Google Earth view, you see that the trees are gone. I only left 2 of them over here. Um, so what would happen is with all this roof area, there were 2 downspouts back here that would just overflow. So the waterfall would occur about right here. Water comes down, it would pile up about 9 inches here, and then the sump system, it wouldn't get into the sump system fast enough through the earth. It would percolate through the wall and into the house. So the plan I made was remove all the poplar trees. I did the simple thing of upgrading the downspouts to 3x4. I created a true 3x4 opening at each downspout, and then I used black pipe here. You can kind of see in the image this black pipe here. I just laid a 10-foot section of 4-inch corrugated. Simple as that, just to get the water another 10 feet from the house. What else did I do? Oh, I bought 12 yards of dirt. I regraded around the entire house. So around the entire house, so I had rock mulch. So a 4-foot wide section of rock mulch all here. I literally pulled it out by hand. I put in the dirt, 12 yards, and I tamped it, and then I put the rock mulch back. It was back-breaking work. I just didn't want to buy new rock mulch. I'm cheap, and I didn't want to hire a landscaper to do it. I rock mulched all the way up through here. I didn't do the garage here. But all this whole area here got regraded. Took a lot of dirt. The last few things I did is I built a swale here. So I rented a small Toro Dingo ride on skid steer. I cut through here, create a swale. The swale came out to about here, so that drained that area real nice if those downspouts overflowed. Even with the poplar trees for a while were here after I put those new downspouts on, and they still plugged, just not as much. Like they used to, they were plugging every day or every other day, and then they went down to plugging about every 4 days. It was still ridiculous. So, I think that's about it. Oh, I did some work down by the lower garage here. I did another swale, a minor swale. I just did some. I put the 3x4 downspouts on down there. That's about it. But so that pretty much took care of the house problems for those since 2014. And the results were the basement water stopped. I think the grading was the single largest factor, though. If you're ever going to look at a problem with your house with water and basement water, start with the grading. Just get some dirt in there. The gutter's still plugged, but a lot less often. The existing swale here overflowed a lot less. I think that's about it. Basically, just having no basement water was awesome. This is the whole unit of work I did for the system. I had an existing swale here, so this is existing swale, the purple stuff. I fixed the swale here. There was a whole system where the previous or the either builder or previous owner or whatever, I could tell a slight indentation through the yard, and I could see water going through there too. Um, and then there's a culvert under my driveway here, the lower one. There's an intake and an output. That worked okay. My neighbor here, years and years ago, had built a swale through here. Water used to come down through the hill, would come through here, my garden, and then go right through the garage. And that garage regularly overflowed from what I heard. So this swale fixed that, and then my new swale here kept it from flowing through. It used to overflow through here and go straight for the garage. Here's all the new 3x4 downspouts I put in. I added a second downspout here because this whole roof had been going through one 2x3 downspout. That was way, way, way too much. I regularly got a waterfall right here. So put the downspout there. The thing is, though, it was dumping onto the garage and I got a ton of ice. That didn't work so well. So that's where the next videos come in. Let's look at another view. So here's the south side of the house. This shows the house after tree removal. The gutter's plugged a lot less. That's about all the pictures I have for that. So drainage phase 1 worked okay. This swale here by the garage protected this slope or this side of the garage a little bit more because water got really bad. It'd come flowing down the yard here. But for the most part, the plan path of the water worked. So the water would, from the hill, the whole hill here, would build up, go through here. It comes through here and went around my yard and then into the culvert there. That was working great until 2018. So thanks for watching, and the 2018-19 project will be described in future videos. Thanks.